Yo, what's up guys? How are you all doing? Yo, what's up guys? How are you all doing? Yo, what's up guys? How are you all doing? I'm doing alright, David, thank you. Uh, my server got Chest of Divine Steed. Nice, nice. Do not go crazy in that event. I do not recommend it. Ooh, what is this? If I was you in that chess event, just literally do like the bare minimum and then save your silver. My server got Chest of Divine Steed. Nice, nice. Do not go crazy in that event. I do not recommend it. What is this? If I was you in that chess event, just literally do like the bare minimum and then save your silver. Thank you. My server got Chess of Divine Steed. Nice, nice. Alrighty, let's just get the daily deals in here real quick. Okay, so that echo, if you heard me twice, should be removed now. Just let me know if it's gone. Alrighty, is everyone ready to start doing the Confidants? Okay, so we're not testing, well, we kind of are. We're going to be going over the Confidants in this part. So for example, this bit. Yo, what's up, Godfather? Yeah, it's actually been a really long time, hasn't it? How are you doing anyway? I've moved obviously. I did move to Age of Empires and then moved on to Three Kingdoms, and not going too bad. Yeah, kind of. Yeah, you do. So I'm assuming what you have to do is you originally unlock them in this part here. Obviously, we're going to unlock Chu Yu, if that's how you say her name, because obviously she does spear weapon damage, and we're going to push our Guan Yu line up. Yeah, yeah, you're going to do the Kitsune, aren't you? I'll show you. You're going to do this one. No? Which one are you going for? Archers? Ah, you're going Cav, okay. Alrighty, let's just quickly get them unlocked. Really, you're still playing that? Honestly, that's a good game, man. I do miss playing that. If if it wasn't for the fact that Kixai, ruined that game, I would probably still be playing it as well. I have been, but I recently just transitioned out of Age of Empires, believe it or not. I now play Three Kingdoms, which is this game you're seeing on stream, which I believe came out like 3 weeks ago. Team can be quite good with it, and I like combo team spear confident, but I feel combo just strong already. Yeah, yeah, no, I get that. I do get that. My aim today is to hopefully max two of them if I can. I'm probably gonna go cavalry and spear, but obviously I can't get her done today. But I can obviously do Chu. So how active is not Age of Empires, sorry, Rise of Firstborn? Because that game when we last looked was very it was pretty much dead. Here we go. It's official. We're getting married. Oh, we have to share this. There's no way. Like, look at this. And then that's where we go up here. Change this. There we go. And then we'll get this one animated once we max her. No, no, no. This isn't Age of Empires. This is Three Kingdoms. It released like 3 weeks ago. The reason why I like it so much is because it's very, very rewarding to people that don't spend, and you don't feel punished for what you're investing, if that makes sense. Like, you invest something, you're gonna actually get something out of it. Like, in Age of Empires isn't a bad game, but if you were to ask the community how much, like, it fares for when they like invest, they don't get much out of it. So for instance, you could spend like 2,000 like USD, and then you'd only get like 10,000 troops. You know what I mean? But in here, it's very, very, very balanced. The packs you can buy daily is capped. Uh, the daily attempts you could do for things is capped. So even if you wanted to Kraken out here, for instance like karate here, which I'm on right now, um, there's only limits to what you can do. Yeah, okay, that is only the downside. If you can't get a character, for instance like Makeo, I think that's how you say his name, I could be completely wrong, please correct me. A hero like this guy here, if you don't get him off the wheel, then yeah, you will probably feel slightly punished for not getting it, but it will definitely come back. Really? Okay, okay. See, I love True World, man. Like, it's just a shame we couldn't really build a proper team that's like stuck around and stayed. There was always a little bit of drama, you know what I mean? I would happily go back to the game. Like, I still pretty much have like the muscle memory of being a nerd and knowing lineups and being a tryhard pretty much. But after obviously Zwei passed away, it kind of was the final knot for me, and I called the game quits. So if you guys just want to put a rip in chat, then I'm sure he'd appreciate that. Even though he's not here, but he is, if that makes sense. Okay, moving on. When you guys are ready, we will dive straight into the Confidants. Uh, won't come back anytime soon though. Early game will be a struggle without. Yeah, yeah, yeah. He will be. It won't be and it will be. Okay, like at the end of the day, he's not massively game changing unless you've got him as like a tier, for instance, that I have right now. When would the will for him drop? Okay, so the will usually drops early server. I'm pretty sure it's around like 3, maybe 4 days in, and I think it lasts for like 4 days. What server are you on? Okay, so you should get him within the next like within the week. If I had to say to spend silver, try and unlock him. Or if you want to buy obviously the keys instead, you can obviously do that as well. Even him would just want. If you can get him 1 star, then you are set pretty much. I'll explain it to you. So, with 1 star, you increase the weapon attack bonus by 16%. Okay, and the reason why this is good is because it's a generic stat, right? And his defection skill, after dealing damage with basic attack, recovers soldiers equal to a portion of damage dealt. This is very, very good. Like, if you had to go based off healing skill, there's no better defection than this. Yes, yes it is. Okay. And if you have him at the levels that obviously I have, I'm pretty sure you increase it as well. Yeah. At 3 stars is where you can settle. If you get him at 3 stars, then yeah, you can use him and you can just like leave him how he is and then focus another hero like Guan Yu. But if you do get him 6 stars like this, it's pretty much double. Increased defection, persuasion, and bewitchment inflicted by the officer skill by 20%. Okay, and that is huge. Okay, so if we have to put in perspective that this defection here is already doing 30%, do give or take 20% extra of that. That's around 36%, and it lasts for 2 turns. And then if your troops have combo status, okay, and this is where it gets really nice in this lineup. If you have things like combo, like Guan Yu, for instance, if you have Ancient Evil, does crit status. If you have, not that one, sorry, which other one? Obviously you've got Lone Meeting as well, which is Guan Yu's commander skill. You've also got Marching. So basically this whole setup is to basically rinse and repeat defection. So this is why this lineup is extremely tanky. But yeah, this is not the end of the world if you don't get Ancient Evil. it's completely fine. It's probably the most pay to win skill at the minute in the game. I'm sure there's going to be more, but yeah, no, this skill, if you do get your hands on it, even at 0 star, arguably one of the best skills. It's up there with marching, and marching is a very, very, very good skill. If people aren't using my troops, I will show you how tanky it really is. Cool, they're not. So if we go to the highest one we can hit right now, and we just do just this one. Obviously, as you can see, this one's 236,000, and obviously Guan Yu is 96. Doesn't matter because of how strong defection is. I think you can get him, you unlock him in the invitation store, so you can get fragments along. Yes, you can, okay, and the only thing I don't like about that store is the price, okay? And this is just speaking all round for all types of players. Because let's say hypothetically you miss the wheel, or you join, they open the servers up again later, and then you join your friends on another server. You're gonna be at like obviously a down point where you missed that event and you can't go back, and now you're gonna get penalized for it. So if you go to store and then invitation, to get one of him is 15. Okay, and to me this is, it makes sense. He's a very good hero, but it's very expensive. Like even with 135, I can only get 9, and you would need to spend 300 just to unlock him, or the invitations. And if you're not a spender, then that's very hard to do. Okay, so this is, yeah, this is against the level 36 for defection. Let's see. So yeah, defection triggered 7,652 units to recover. Photo all did 906. And the reason this happened is because, where is it? Leon N triggered. You've got more crit coming from Ancient Evil. You've got one trigger from Marching. All of these skills pretty much link like a combo for constant defection and damage output. Yeah, okay, so with this hero, the reason we got this 6 star was from the wheel we completely maxed it and did the 2,000 spins. But like I said before, we do it, so you guys don't have to, and we can all just experiment and test and see what actually is worth it in the long run. Yeah, Rip Sway, it was shocking to hear in parts. Yeah, exactly. For me, I didn't find out until Unbroken told me, and yeah, it was honestly ruined my month hearing that. It's just, for such a good player as well, and things towards the end were starting to go really well for him. Like obviously when I started helping him, like he arguably was the strongest player in the game, no doubt about it, towards the end, and yeah, it cut it short. So, but I guess that's just life, unfortunately. Okay, if you guys are ready, we can start doing the Confidants. See, with that, it's a very personal question. I'm not entirely sure myself. I just heard through like mouth to mouth conversations, if that makes sense. I heard through someone else who then obviously told me. But yeah, from what I understand, he had personal issues, and there was just things he didn't tell people, which is fine. And yeah, he just one day was found obviously unconscious, I believe. Need 20 of him to star up, and one frag is like 15, so yeah. And do that like 3 times to make him 3 stars. It's yes, okay. And this is what I mean. Without the will, it's very, very unfair for people to obviously star him up. So if you look at the invitation store again, he's 15, right? You need 20 to unlock. That's 300, and then you probably need about give or take 120 to 3 star. Yes, okay. Zwei was a very, very, very well-known player. Like imagine karate, but for Rise of Firstborn, he was very, 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 very strong. In fact, I was going to play Age of Empires with him. Obviously, that turnaround happened, but you can't change that as much as we'd all like to. But all we can think is that he's in peace. So we spent a yes. How pay to win do you think this game? For now, it's hard to tell. Obviously, in all games you play, there's going to be that advantage someone has that spends a lot. But the way I see it, it's not too pay to win. Like you can have a very good active alliance. You guys can have good setups. Sure, the Kraken may like get like slash 50 against you before they die, but the Kraken will eventually die. Like it's not like you can just storm through everything without obviously losing troops. It's one of those games where eventually it will balance out. It's just, a race of who's going to get there first, you know what I mean? Because it is limited. For instance, I can't go higher than 6 stars here. If you see that, obviously I can't go 7 stars, can't go 8 stars. And eventually you guys will catch up. But it's one of those games where I don't know how the KVK works, and I'm hoping there is one because without obviously Civil Wars, PvP, or some form of action, the game may get boring and it's just constantly taking over the same stuff. Uh, let's have a look. For instance, like here, it's just taking over the cities just constantly, which is fine. It's a little bit of PvP, it's fun. But until you get actual like PvP, the game can die. But as for how pay to win, I think it's probably one of the most balanced pay to win games I've seen. Absolutely, absolutely. And it's one of these games, right, where people think what hero should go with what hero should go with this. It's not about the heroes, in my personal opinion. It's what skills should be with what skills, right? Because they all channel off each other, they all chain, they all reflect. And that's like saying you could see people that go like, oh, I've just killed a Guan Yu lineup with obviously archers, and obviously he's a lot higher than me, but he could have the completely wrong skills. It's one of the things like, for instance, if I took marching out of this lineup would do significantly worse, right? Because they all channel off of each other, and if you're unsure what goes with what, you can obviously ask. You can ask me, you can ask people in our Discord server, or you can click on here and then skill recommended, and then boom, here is your recommended lineup to have with these heroes. Obviously, recommended isn't meta, if it's so cool, if that's what you want to call it. It's not the ideal lineup you want to go for, but there's no harm in doing it. You're not going to be like at a disadvantage against anyone. It's all about experiment, right? And you cannot go wrong with any of these recommended. That's one thing this game does very well, and it does have a very good like information page for everything. Hi, sorry I'm late. Was given a tutorial on village farming to a friend. That's completely fine, and to be honest, not your fault. If anything, I'm slacking. Right, these are things that I need to be doing and making, and it's just time, and I'll get round to it. I'll get round to it. So how are you guys doing anyway? Alrighty, what we're gonna do is we're gonna do a couple of recruits, and then we will dive straight into leveling up the confidence that everyone's been waiting for. Okay, I mean you can. It's all preference. Like you can say is needed like is like needed for combo teams over skills first, and Suj Liang is. I probably said that wrong, and I'm gonna get absolutely destroyed in the chat. That's completely fine. I'll be used to it by now. Is needed over skills first as well. Okay, so hero synergy is important, yes, but if you compare with the correct skills, the right skills, then it doesn't matter what heroes you have. To be honest. Yeah, man. Honestly, like I said, this is what I like about this game is the amount of freedom and obviously customization you can do to the lineups. I think is great. Like there's no set like this is meta, this is what you have to do. You get to actually experiment and test for yourself and then see what you want to actually go for. And that is one reason why this game I feel like with the correct like with the right influencers, with the right like live streams, with the right like advertisement, this game could be the next game for like the next 2 3 years maybe, depending they don't mess up like KVKs, they do like migrations, they don't eventually steer away from the amount of rewards and like balance they're doing to the players right now, if that makes sense. Could you help me cook up a burns to strat damage on me? Yes, okay, so here is one thing I can show you. I have been trying to make hero cards which are like guides and will eventually help everyone. If you do have a lineup, for instance, like uh, this lineup here, it is very good, but it can be squishy, okay? And the only reason why it works for me is because for one, they're all 6 stars, and the benefit you get for 6 stars is a high control, high DPS, high burn lineup. It does work, but it is squishy. It's well, it's tanky, but it's hard to explain. Like it doesn't do enough damage if you were to be like 1v6, if that makes sense. 1v1, it could quite happily do damage. But if you want to go for a proper like DPS lineup for burn, I would recommend using Lu Meng, if that's how you say his name. Yes, okay, I agree with that. With your personal opinion, I do agree with that. Okay, the reason why, hang on, sorry, ignore that. Bonds are good if you can get them in, but they're not required for a strong lineup. Yes, exactly. Okay, so before I had this, obviously bond, increased strategy attack and battle, I didn't use Zhang Chunhua, if that's how you say her name, could be completely wrong. Same again. Let's just stick with Hero A and Hero B. So this is Hero A. I did use. Where is he? This is an all-round good hero, in my opinion. This guy here, very tanky. Hey, how can you get more resources? Okay, so with the resources, it's a tricky one, right? It's capped for everyone pretty much. You can do it through increasing your villages. For example, I can show you some methods here. If you go get a village, get the highest level village possible. For example, if you can't take like a level 7 village yourself, you can click this icon down here, and then you can go to class, go to the filter option here and go to village, and then you can find any of your teammates that have, for instance, a level 7, level 5, level 6, whatever's going to be higher than what you have, and you can then build your farms and stuff on it by just clicking it, relocate, and then you click your village and then relocate them all here, and then you can just move them into the synergy you want, for instance like this, the combination. That's going to be a good hourly income of resources. For example, here you see 629k an hour, which is very good. But obviously not everyone's going to be at that level. That's one method of doing it. And obviously you got the farming on it as well. You can go into government if you have it unlocked. I believe it's mansion 16 or 17. And then you can, if I just switch this page real quick, you can go into the farming side of things where you can increase the provision if you want. That's the food. It's not important. You don't need to push the food. Uh, I would say do timber and do the iron mainly, and then if you want to do construction, make sure you always have this 25%. You can always drop them back, reset the tree, forget it. For instance, like this, you can reset this, go back, reset that, and then you can use those points to go into here. If this is not 25 when you do a build, you do save a lot of speed ups with that. And then same again, you can reset that one and set it back. That's one method because then this increases your like income by percentage. You've also got a class. If you're a farmer, you can increase on the left hand side the provision production. You can increase the wood production and obviously the iron production and the coin. If you're a farmer as well, you can also go into class skill. This is the most important one in my opinion. Get as many resource sites as possible. More resource sites, the more resources you're going to get. This one is a tricky one. It's more if your alliance doesn't have a level 7 or you can't beat a level 5 village or if the village isn't available yet. For example, I can kill a level 5 village but there's no level 6 or 7 available. So this can be very helpful to give you that like tier up. You've also got other methods like if you just increase your like production buildings. You can also go into Alliance. You can also go into the Black Mountain. These give resources as well. You can also do Military Drill. Gives resources as well. Obviously Alliance Gifts as well. They give resources. Most important one I'd say that's the most value for free-to-play players and any player playing is obviously the post station, which people keep forgetting about. And in here you can do specialty trades. For example, if I need iron, I can trade in materials that you get daily, and you can like easily get. You just purchase them here. You can just easily trade them in, and this is probably the number one way of getting resources, which scales to your mansion level. Yes, it is very helpful for obviously Alliance. Aiden, I will get to your comment in a second. Just let me continue quickly sharing how to get resources. For example, as you see here, we've run out of what is this? Nephrite, which is fine. We can now purchase it. Quick deploy. That would take 12 minutes 40, and we'll get 80, and then we can come back to it. So while we're here, we'll just get some more of everything else. Absolutely, I will explain more of what we can do. Resource is one of those things which has been gate kept, and I think, in my opinion, it's a good idea because it obviously it caps like people like myself. That's like Mansion 22. It stops us from progressing too fast. I wish you could accumulate the spending resources on the merchant instead of them resetting every. Yeah, okay. So you mean for this part here? Because you can keep them. When you click on commerce here, it's the yield. If you just claim the yield, you get them back. It's I learn something every time I join a stream. That's good, man. That's good. See, that is why people like myself and obviously we have a community should exist, right? And that's why I'm building it on Discord. Like, no one should feel like they're in the dark when they're trying to play a game. For instance, one thing the community I've noticed for the official one is it's very quiet, right? And there's not a lot going on. There's mods, but there's not mods that, keep that chat engaging. So the one that we have, the server, I think is a very good thing that we can have and beneficial. So, while that's doing that, we will now. do a couple of recruits, and then we'll go in. And if you guys are not part of the Discord server, you can easily go into the description of this stream and you can find it. Is this game very much pay to win or no? I think it's somewhere in between. At the end of the day, people who obviously pay to win are going to always have that advantage. But from the time being, it's very balanced and teamwork based. So obviously only spend at your own, obviously own accord. If I keep getting heroes like him, I'm gonna be able to test that lineup properly that you guys want me to test. This lineup. I can eventually test this lineup soon. Very, very cool hero. Okay, so the one hero I do need, as does everyone else, is Guan Yu. Very, very close. I say close. You haven't... Yes, okay, I will get to that. It's very limited resets a day. I will make a video on that. Everyone and their mum uses that yes, you are not wrong. A very, very solid lineup. Arguably one of the top 5 right now, in my opinion. Okay. What's the lineup? What for the, what's his name? I can show you. It's this guy, and this guy. Very, very tanky, very, very good healers. Very, very good healing, in fact. Even at 1 star, 2 star, 3 star, very, very solid lineup. So, yeah, if you guys can't get like Guan Yu or can't prioritize a lineup like this one here, I'm not going to try pronounce the hero name because I learned my lesson last time. Then yes, I would recommend pushing that lineup. Exactly, exactly. You have to do alternative. You have to do alternative teams and just make what you've got work. Okay, so now let's go to the part we've all been waiting for. Let's do this part. I mean, you can. In my opinion, Lubu, he's for how strong of a like warrior he was or is known for, he's not very good in this game yet. So that's why I've got him on my garrison, and I use him with. I use this lineup. It's not great, but it's just filler. It has a bond. It does not have a bond, sorry, but it's somewhat decent for what it is. It's just an all-round tanky lineup, which, if it's on your garrison, is what you would like. Because the more tank, the higher like time you have for archer towers to deal, obviously, damage. Okay, you do and you don't. Okay, at the end of the day, like you can still get lucky, right? You can still obviously the events that this game has is very good, and this isn't by all any means like a this game is fantastic, this game is all that. Like this is just an honest opinion. Like out of all the games I've played, this game is the most rewarding one I've seen so far. Uh, yes, yes, and that's what we're all waiting for. When those heroes come out, then he may become like a 4th lineup. He may become even a top 3. But until then, I would not recommend using Lubu yet. You can, but I think it all just comes down to what heroes you have and what teams you can make. Okay, if you guys are ready, just type in chat like yes, and we will start doing the Confidants. And we'll start building these. Nitro should see what I pulled in Discord. Okay, let's have a look, lad. Is it in our community chat? I pulled your favorite hero times 4. Let's have a look. Bruh, that is some luck. It's just meant to be. That is just meant to be. Hold up. Let me... He's up there with one of my favorite heroes, yes. Give me a second, I will show the stream. Alrighty guys, this is what he pulled. If you guys can see it in a second. Let me know if you can see that. Very, very, very lucky. It's just meant to be. Let's have a look. Not gonna lie, if you want to progress as a free to play, it's best to use like the good recommended teams. Okay, so it is, and the only downside to recommended teams is obviously they do require recommended skills, and obviously not all skills are available for everyone. That's back to back as well. That's elite. I'm not gonna lie, that is insane luck. I would use him at that point. Genuinely, just use him. I know you're against him, but he is not a bad hero. He's just a little bit squishy. I was gonna break stuff. I thought. Yeah. Dion Wei is one hero that everyone wants to get, and obviously from inexperience of having him in 6 stars right now, he is worth it. We'll just transition that back. Dion Wei is one of those heroes which is gonna be long term. So if you can get a hold of him, then you're very, very lucky. You can also get him through the prestige, but it is expensive. If that was 4 times Dion Way, I was going to quit. I mean, I feel the pain. If that was 4 times, then yeah, I'm pretty sure Cess would have literally been probably crying if that happened. That's the type of luck I want to happen with Guan Yu. So if I can just get double Guan Yu back to back, then I will be very, very happy. Yes, yeah, I would cry for you. Alright guys, let's quickly just make a quick poll. And if you haven't already, I'm only going to say it once. I'm not going to be the type of streamer that keeps spamming it out. If you can, just give a like, give a subscribe, and just make a comment. It does help the channel. So after saying that, let's see. Alrighty. if you guys just want to quickly do that vote, and then we can make the yes, yes. Other known as waifus. Uh, I was thinking of re-rolling on a new server just to aim for it. Honestly, not worth it. In my opinion, it's not even worth changing servers for it because at the end of the day, it's one hero, right? Metas will eventually change. Speaking of DMWay being pulled, guess who my husband pulled with his free draw after reset? No way. He actually pulled it. I've had him, I think, 6 times now off of normal recruits, but I'm pretty sure it took like a total of like maybe 3,000, 4,000 recruits, so that's very, very lucky. And if he has it, he can make a lineup like this. He can try and do one like this. It's a preference, everyone's got their own opinion. You don't have to use cow pie, if that's how you say it. One hero that you can only get through Prestige 16, which is over $500. It's not. Okay, you can get him through recruits. You've just got to be extremely lucky, like extremely lucky. So if I go here, you can get him somewhere in here. You can get him here. You can get him through the normal draws. Yeah. So now the hardest part is to get your main hero. Yes, you can use Eugen as Team UD and Way. Okay, let's see how's the poll doing. Alright, let's just end it there. Alrighty, that's a no-brainer. I guess we're ready. Right, okay, so here's the thing, guys. Do we go further into pushing for Spearman, which I think could be the best bet considering Guan Yu is a priority right now? Or do we push swords from what we currently have? So we've got spears here, which I believe max here does 9% effect, which I can max. What do you guys think? I might be able to max 2. Let's see what this is all about. Interesting. Okay, this is quite cool. So from here you get 10, 30, 60, 80, 100. You get 115 of these, which equals 1,600 times 115. That's how much XP you will get. So that's very good. Let's see, what can we do? I mean, I think going for Spear is a no-brainer regardless. You also get main city production. Let's see. Before we do any of the gifts, let's see what the interact does. Oh, it's just more story, which I'm assuming just gives XP. We'll just spam through these real quick. Probably not. I don't think it takes effect until Mansion 22 and Feet Building level 2. Right, just by doing the 3 tasks here, we've got 5 free, which I think is very good. So if we've made it for 30 XP here for 1 day, so this is about 1 day, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7. Okay, so for about a week and a little bit, very rewarding. Right. Are we set on pushing this hero then, guys? What do you think? Not hero, sorry, confidant. Are we pushing this? I could probably max 2, I think, maybe. Which part of me wants to do Chu and this one here. Yeah, I've been slacking on the daily on the dailies. Let's see though how far can we get her if we wanted to. Probably not enough, but I could save some for tomorrow if I decide to stream then. How do you have so much copper? What do you mean by copper? As in like iron? Does the skill work with defection? It gives you a heal when hero uses skill though. I mean that's decent. I can probably max 2 of them though, Cess, so I might do the spears and cavalry and we can do the cavalry tomorrow. Gives me another excuse to do a stream then. What do you mean by, do you mean this? Which one? When you guys do buildings one more time, just make sure you have this skill maxed, otherwise you're just making it more expensive for yourself. The coins, okay. So with these, I changed my village to be all dwellings, and then I changed them over. So as you can see, they used to be mines, and I made all of them dwellings for about a day or two. So when you've got all of these working on, where is it? When they all do about 15,900 an hour, and you have all of them, and then you've obviously got the combination bonus. Very easy to get. I think you'll end up with around, depending on your level, roughly between 200k to 500k OSC an hour, which is very needed considering to upgrade a village it's very expensive now. So if I wanted to go to level 18, for example, I can't yet because it obviously chapter bound. You need yeah, a lot, just under a mil to go up to the next level. So yeah, as you level them up, you're bound to get a lot more. And obviously when you do turbans as well, you obviously get a lot for doing pursues. So can we do a 37 yet? No. So for example, if I was to just do all of these for the sake of levels and use a stamina, you can do all 3. And just while that goes, we will go back to, what's this? Okay, let's just speed this up. And let's see what's changed. Tax, interesting. How does this work? Rice field yield. Very cool. See, this is also a very cool aspect of the game. Very, very important to have. If you can level them up, level it up. Especially for the research speed, the assist speed. And obviously troop training is a very, very, very huge one. Alright, what is next? Research center. See, look, 40 mil wood for this. Do we have enough? Yes, just about. But here's the thing, right? I might settle at Mansion 22 for a bit, purely for the fact I need to catch up on research. What do you guys think? Do I start pushing for Mansion 23 to 25? Because look how much this needs. This is insane. For S plus it's only 13% right. What do you mean? Is that for the hero? Sorry, is that for like the government? Knee, I have better research than karate. Okay, yes, you probably do because obviously we pushed tier 4 and Mansion 22 to obviously unlock this building here, so a lot of resources were used elsewhere. But yeah, I probably will do more research. Especially on this side, I need to get like the queues up, but yeah, it's very expensive. Nah, Hero S plus. Let's have a look. I see what you mean now. So if you have the correct type and they're 6 stars, you get obviously an increase. Oh, it doesn't allow you to click it. I'm assuming so. Yeah, it's probably about 10 to 15%. No, it's 5% for S plus Hero. Okay, cool. There we go. It's 5%. To be fair, it does make sense. Otherwise, that's going to make the lineup very, very, very strong. Because obviously, if you get the 6 stars, you get the main stat increase, which is basically a second skill, pretty much. Interesting. Uh, Obviously, this is the main aspect of getting to 6 stars, the main skill you're looking for. Okay, cool. So it's not too game changing, which is good. However, the sixth skill is star. Sorry. Attributes. I'm going to say is attributes. So probably for these, or it could be overall output of like weapon damage, weapon defense. It's probably here. Okay. Alright, we're gonna keep pushing this one and then we're gonna max her tomorrow. Oh god. Yeah, much easier to do on your phone than it is clicking like, on your mouse. It's an attribute buff to troops, namely if you have 3 S rank heroes in that lineup. With current troop type you deal, your damage rate is set to 112%. Okay, very cool. That does make sense. For those of you that actually read this, I apologise, I'm just skipping through it because that would be a very long story time on stream, and yeah, no one wants to listen to me read a story. So, Alright, Confident, let's go. We are going to push Chu Yu, and then we're going to do the Cavalry Hero as well tomorrow. So, let's start with seeing the comparison between... you can find the effect at the start of the battle log. Interesting. Okay, let's have a quick look. Just before I dive straight into that. Ah, yes. Okay, here we go. It's about, yeah, it's about 6%. Is it each? No, about... Okay, now we're gonna go back and do the Confidence. I can basically do one hero, maybe a second, so let's do 35 for now. Ah, no, screw it, let's just get the skill. Interesting. That is really annoying. Wow, okay, now they've gatekept that, you can't actually get the skill yet. But you do get the increased production and the weapon attack. That's really, really annoying. That should be said somewhere. Is it just me, or does Nitro's audio randomly cut off and the mouse stops moving? It's possible. It is possible. It could be just a dodgy part of stream elements, which I'll have to look into. This is actually really, that should not be gate kept. So not only that, you unlock the building to level 2, and now you need to get it to level 3, which is Mansion 23. So you're telling me we need to get 450 mil resources? I mean, it does make sense. At the end of the day, I can't argue. 25% is 25%, and the increase is huge. But you know that needs to be stated somewhere, because people like, obviously, like karate or other people that obviously spend, they're gonna push for Mansion 22, and then realize, hang on a minute, I can't even max for a skill. If they allowed you to unlock the skill and then cap it at like level 5 for like 3%, I think that's better than just capping it here. Yeah. It's fine. It's fine. It's just I think it needs to be stated somewhere. All right, now what can we do here? Level 80 for that. Okay, so base we can put. Interesting. So until I equip it, level 50 support bonus plus 10. Interesting. So by making it acquainted, you get an additional 2.5%, additional 2%, and it costs 600 to strengthen. Right. Okay. Interesting. Archery forge precision. Let's have a look. What does that do? Bow maker. So archer tower. Okay, it's not the end of the world. Exactly, now we know. Exactly. Um, let's see, what's the difference in report now if I go to do that? So let's go to a 36 and let's do just this line up here. Let's see, what difference did it make? Let's see. It could be 25% is a lot, so there's no complaining. See, defection is working overtime right now. Interesting. Let's have a look. Okay, so where did we do the solo one before? Okay, here. Okay, so the first one was with this is without the buff. Okay, so attributes 380%, 239, 207, 206, 217. So if you guys can remember this, and remember just under 1,000 weapon attack there with the debuffs. So here, uh, defection working well. 408% now. Okay, so it is huge. It is very, very big upgrade. So even without the skill, huge. And then yeah, now over 1,000% weapon attack. Okay, okay, I can see why it's now been capped at 23. That is insane. But does it say in the report about the Confidant though? I wonder if it's more just a universal stat. I don't think it's going to come up in the report. Man, I won't be seeing those numbers for a long, long time. See, okay, but yeah, you might not, but I think that's just what's fun about it. Like, it gives you something to grind for. If you just max so quick, you're going to lose, obviously lose attention to the game, you're going to lose interest. I'm maxing it with, obviously, karate purely for the sake of, you know, showing you guys. It's not a buff, right? No, it seems to be a base stat. So, for instance, here, weapon attack, it's now 408. Before we used it, it was, which one is it? This one here. It was obviously 380. So it's a base stat increase. And that's obviously the universal buff that comes with just leveling up without the skill. So yeah, here, increase weapon attack by 27.5%. It's a universal. The sword confidant. Let's have a look. Yeah, this is one I've also got unlocked, which is interesting. Soldier capacity. Let's see, can we just complete the... Oh, we didn't claim that. 1 second. Oh, okay, so you can't skip this. You have to do the task. For instance, you have to go here and do it via this. So there is more ways that obviously free-to-play people can get it just by daily grind. Yeah, okay, and it is base, it is 25%, but when you equip it to the Destiny, in this part here, this bit here, and you put it in any of these, obviously Peak will give you a 20% bonus support. This one will give you 15, and obviously when you get to level 50, you can now put it in Strengthen, and it does an additional 2.5 to 10% of the 25%. Yeah, I will be doing the exact same tomorrow. I will be making a second one here for cavalry, for obviously the lineup I have here. for this one here. I need to increase the horses. I may even switch them over. I have a feeling this lineup may actually be stronger than this one now, but we shall see through testing. Because the one benefit of having cavalry, in fact, is these can also become cavalry. So even though obviously it's not a specialty, it doesn't matter. They can still run it. And even with swords, they can just about get away with being cavalry to an extent if you're countering shieldmen for like what do you call it? 1 second. For the Black Mountain Crusades, and if you're doing turbans, you can obviously set them all to do the counter. So interesting. I guess now my mission is to push Mansion 23 to now show you guys the skill. Very true. I can actually do that. I can switch him every now and then if I want to run cavalry for Zhang Fei. Would be nice to eventually get him 6 stars, but even at 5 he's still solid. And it still keeps the bond, so yeah, it is still worth doing. Yeah, I do, and I have 5 stars Zhang Fei, so it's not the end of the world. A 1 star drop off is not, it's not massive. But I just prefer this guy's bonus. Increases the crit and bash multiplier inflicted by the officer's skill, but obviously for the Guan Yu lineup, bash won't take effect, it'll be just a crit. Yes, yeah, when he releases, yeah, I'll swap him. Zhao Yon is going to be very good. If Spender, you can make any good lineup. Any lineup good. True, that is just the reality of some of these games. But, for example, if I had like the wrong skills, wrong lineup, wrong heroes, sure I may win in the end due to overall base stat. But it'll be a better trade for whoever's like, even if you're free to play and you have like a good lineup, a good composition, it's not going to matter. Like you can deal damage to a Kraken, doesn't matter what lineup they have. The humans have 4 lungs. I should hope not. It would be nice. Breathing oxygen pretty much straight out the ozone layer, but no. You can, Aiden, yeah, and the thing is, I do it in arena purely for the fact I want people to have a chance. So I put the blue heroes just for testing purposes, and yeah. What bit's not true, sorry? Are you replying to Aiden in the chat, or to something I said? Night curfew, yeah, I know, it's actually... I don't like this. I get it, but... I understand why they do it. Is to, like, you know, give people a chance in that time zone, but if they're gonna make it more global, they need to understand that having a curfew that specifically, like, benefits the Asian side of the world, it's gonna, you know, it's not gonna really sit well with everyone else. Because when it's peak time for us, like for instance for me it's 6 p.m. It's I just don't see how it's kind of fair. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, it is an Asian oriented game. For now, like obviously that's their target market, if that makes sense. Every single time I go to do testing, if it was like around now, I can't. For instance, like if I attack someone, doesn't work. Or I'm assuming I have 43 minutes right now to do what I want before it comes into effect. I was talked into using Liang's end, and no idea why I didn't want to use it. Okay, so I use it purely. I mean, the stars probably help. I think it's very good, but I don't know. It's one of those things where it doesn't seem like a permanent trigger, so you probably can get more value elsewhere. But yeah, for a combo team like Guan Yu and what I've got, it's vital because it increases your weapon troop damage output by almost 9%. Obviously at 5 stars, level 11. So I'm not too sure what it is at the base. Hang on, let's find out. Let me just quickly forget the skill. Okay, so at base it's 7% still, so it's still huge. So for a combo team, this is very, very good. Like, if you can get your hands on this skill, I would use it. But yeah, it after battle starts, released after 3 turns. That's the downside to the skill, but otherwise it would become too OP. It'd be too overpowered if this was sort of like as soon as you start the battle. So if you've got a durable lineup which does crit, for instance like the lineup I've got here, then it's worth using. But if you're gonna like be a little bit squishy, maybe not, but this is kind of like 2 skills combined. I use a full combo team, no crit, so Yan Liang's end is actually good for it. Yeah, yeah, it is. I would use it. If you've got it, use it. Obviously, Ancient Evil, if you have it, it's a must. If your troops have combo status, obviously reduces the weapon and strategy damage by almost 9%. Huge. Yeah, again. And obviously you need one that's going to give you combo status, which one is it? Here. If you got it on Guan Yu, it's always going to trigger because he gives you 2 stacks of combo. So that's why this is a Guan Yu skill. You can use it on other lineups, but this is what it's pretty much made for. Hence the icon as well is literally Guan Yu. I prefer stat and weapon defense over damage reduction. Yeah, okay, so it's a tough one because obviously the higher your like defense and HP pool you have, like for instance, by pool I mean like the higher the defense like your lineup has, the better, right? And obviously the damage reduction into that may not be good. For instance, let's say you've got like a 500% HP pool, and you've got like a 10% damage reduction come into it. For instance, let's say 500% HP pool, you've got someone attacking you with like 700%, and you can obviously reduce that by the 10%. That's 700%. What divided by 10? 70% knocked off. It may not be as valuable to you as it feels like, right? But if you've got like a 700% HP pool, someone's attacking you with like 500% attack, not to counter in any like crit or anything combos like that, because that'd be too complicated. Then yeah, you're increasing your base pool could actually be more beneficial. But I think personally, this skill is great to have because obviously you reduce weapon and strategy damage, and this is one thing that this lineup doesn't do well on, because obviously the base stats, as a previous conversation me and Nyla had previously, is the strategy defense is not great. So if you can reduce the attack coming towards you for strategy, it's very good. I'm in lowering the enemy damage. Yeah, I found the hero, bro. That's so expensive. It is. Okay, but if you can get yourself like hands on it, you're looking at some partially long-term hero. There's no way they're going to release a hero that's a general without it being some form of long-term. And if they do, then this devs they really need to rethink what they're doing. So look, there's no way you can release this as a general, and yeah, not be able to use it long-term. Which one is marching again? Marching is, let's have a look. This one, after the battle starts, grant your troops 2 stacks of combo. This is a very good skill. For instance, if you don't want to use this Lan Lian's End on Guan Yu, you sync these 2 skills up together and they trigger. Nitro, what are the best skills for Grandpa team? Okay, so with that skill, I haven't properly gone into, but we can have a look. Let's see. Can I build some form of team? We can do it on stream together. Let's see. If I had used my guess, let's see the skills. Started from turn 3, deals strategy damage. Okay, that's decent. I mean, Pioneer's Will isn't bad. It's just not a go-to in my opinion. It's good for this lineup, as you see, but it's preference. Yeah, okay, so it is a pay-to-win skill. Same for obviously Ancient Evil and Yan Liang's End if you didn't get it from the realm status. But it is still a very good skill to use if you've got it. I would probably use the Evil Doing. It lasts for 9 turns and it stacks with multiple uses, so that just means that every time it triggers it's going to stack. So I would probably use Evil Doing. Uh, Definitely Drought Threat, 100%. Especially on a healer team like this. Yeah, he is a menace. He is very strong. You've also got, let's see. A lot of these recommended skills is somewhat decent. A portion of your troops' strategy defense increase will boost strategy attack. Troops' strategy defense increase will boost. Okay, I mean this isn't bad at all either. Like if you've got this, I would use this too, honestly. What's up, Gex? I'm assuming that's Gex Top TV. Yeah, one healing band will have you sweating, 100%. That is one counter to this lineup. Let's see. Oh, we can ascend. Why not? I probably should have not done that. I probably should have started up instead, but it's a skill. It could be worse. He's already 3 stars. Let's see. Do I have enough to make these 7? No. Okay, just for experimental purposes, we'll reset. Which hero is it? We'll reset one of her skills. We'll forget. Just so we can show you what we're building. On his server, no healing band will be. Yeah, okay. You say that when you compare obviously his skill of healing to other people, his base damage will basically win. But if you have people on like even footing, it doesn't matter. This lineup requires being tanky and healing. I think there's a lineup that can get healing banned to 100%. Yeah, I think there is one. I'm pretty sure it's. Hang on, if I'm not wrong, it could be. Which lineup is it? I believe it's this lineup with him. I'm personally not a fan of it. I'm pretty sure it's his lineup. Ah, Sima Yi, maybe. Let's have a look. I'm assuming that's how you say his name. Could be wrong again. Yeah, okay, yeah, no, it is this lineup. I'm assuming that's using Lu Meng. I mean, are you talking about with Lu Meng with this? What lineup, Seth? Yeah, I play with Fancy, yeah. Hang on, okay. Okay, while we wait, we'll go back to building the old man lineup. Naz, are you still with us? Because I built this last time, then you had to disappear. Reach level 45. Fantastic. Give me a second. Right, what can they beat? Yeah, cool, okay. Ah, yes, the Tian Feng lineup. I probably said that wrong as well, but, you know, it's fine. Uh, Luye, Simye, Son. Ah, that line. Okay, yes, that lineup could be very good for burn. Hold up. Let's see, what level did we get these guys to? 47, 42, 42. Okay, 1 second. We need to get this lineup to 45 real quick, which is fine. Probably a bit overkill, but nope, Dion Wade does not need it. Yeah, you can, you can. He's one of those, Tian Feng is one of those heroes which is very, very good. He's very universal, same for Lu Meng, which is one thing I like about this game. Like, no, there's no set meta. Can you show server ranking? As in power, as in alliance? Like, what do you want to see? If you want to see, like, player power, then yeah, there's nothing more to expect other than Karate just being levels above everyone else. I mean, hey, if there's ever a fight going on, I can test burn teams in the middle of the fight, so it's not just Guan Yu obviously doing his thing. Okay, let's quickly make these, what do you call it? Level 45. Let's see, what levels can we kill? Oh, we can kill all levels with Guan Yu, never mind. Should be easy to level these guys up. Oh, there's two of you. That's gonna get confusing. Power, please. Okay. Yeah, this is the power. Very close between first and second, but a lot of it is just troops, so no discredit to any of those people that are below. They are still doing well. Not too. Okay, no, that's fine. That's fine. If I do talk a bit fast, it's just the British in me. You can ask Cess as well. I will slow down a little bit. I know I can be quite quick without realizing. Is that what you want to see? I can just flick through the list if you'd like. Prosperity, first pioneering kill. Okay. See, the burn lineups is what's making them do the things as well. See, this lineup is very, very good. Obviously, this lineup's going to do it, but if you want to go from more of a mid-spender point of view, then yeah, here it is. For anyone who's like a bit shocked about the difference in power, different in resources, and the difference between gaps of players, that's just normal karate stuff. Okay, so like, no need to feel like what's the point in playing this game when there's people like this in it, you know. So cool. Let's quickly now build this lineup again. This is why in our Discord server, oh, level 50 as well. Okay, 1 second. Ideal skill for burn lineup. Okay, give me a second. Let me quickly. Okay. Just gonna get this team's level 50, so when we're doing tests in the future, I can just keep swapping their skill rather than dropping the main team I use. If you're making a burn team, one vital. Oh, I've just done the wrong guy. Whoops. I wanted to show the lineup you showed for the yellow tab, as in the ranking team, or I'd slap one karate lineup. Yeah, you probably would. Yeah. If it had to be a lineup out of my guess, it would be either. I reckon it'll be either this lineup here, maybe not. It'll probably be the sword lineup at the minute, one with Louis Ye, if that's how you say his name, the one that you got 4 times. If personalized that on my server, I'm jumping. So okay, so the thing is, right, people they I know they get confused between. Okay, if you're on a server like that and the person's arrogant, they're like arseholes, they go around just like zeroing people for like the sake of it, or like abusing their strength. Yeah, I would jump server. But if you're on a team with someone like this, it can be very beneficial. Guan Yu too strong. Yeah, Guan Yu is just nuts. Okay, sorry, let's make the team level 50. Sorry, I completely got sidetracked. I believe it's just 1 kill. And then the level 50 I can just keep using as the switch. So first time I get a message trying to find Turban. Yeah, so that's your. I'll show you. So if you go store and then you go weekly, it's your privileges here. Your weekly's expired or a few of them have dropped. Sorry, I'm just trying to answer everyone, so bear with me. Right, there we go. Don't know what we just completed there. Let's have a look. Interesting. Okay. Lineups. Here we go. We can now do this. These can be reset. Doesn't matter what heroes are really put in. A lot of them are 6 stars already. Okay, so if don't have Drought Threat, that is fine. We will find an alternative. But this is a very good one to get if you can for the recovery. I think I will play Guan Yu, Huang, and Zhang Fei. Yeah, that's a very solid lineup. Very solid. If you don't have Makeo, if that's how you say his name, probably completely wrong again. But if you don't have him, yeah. Let's see. Uh, Deal strategy damage 85% to 131.6% to enemy troops. The more soldier enemy troops have, the higher the damage. This Virinal is a very good skill to have. Then, as soon as I get this build built for Naz, I will show you guys the lineup again. You could use Bone Scraping, a very, very, very top tier skill. Very top tier. In fact, I would if it was for the fact it was on my sword lineup currently. In fact, you could use both of these skills. So for the sake, I'm gonna quickly forget this. You can get rid of Drought Threat, for instance, and then you could use Bone Scraping, and then you could use Fake Might. Very hard skill to obtain though. What's up, Safari? You can use. You can also use Dragon Slay, a very, very good skill as well. In fact, no, sorry, not Dragon Slay. Sorry, ignore that. That's for weapons. Uh, if you're using a burn team, then Infernal Melody is vital. If you don't have Infernal Melody, then you are very short on what you can use. For strategy, you could get away with using Camp Raid as well. Very solid. Question: does this lineup have healing ban? It doesn't. So no, you can't use that skill. And yeah, you could use United as one if you have it, and yeah, and then waving. You could use Waving Dignity. Most likely, yeah, most likely they did. And if you don't have that skill, it's not the end of the world. It's just you're going to be missing a vital key burn, a constant burn. Look, inflicts burn status on the enemy troops. If enemy troops have burn state, reduces their weapon and strategy damage. This is a massive nerf. I use either doing, yeah. Double sword, bone scrape, united as one in horrific war. Okay, is this the lineup we spoke about before? Because you can use double sword, very good as well. Yep, you can use double sword. I will check, just bear with me. Okay, I'm just trying to help them make a lineup first. Yeah, I would go double sword. Honestly, that lineup is fine. Cool, let me quickly just show the leaderboard. Yeah, Infernal Melody. So yeah, this is a full burn lineup. Burn, burn, yeah. Bone scraping is arguably top tier. If I had to make a tier list, which I will do, bone scraping is up there. Moonlit Snow still is a very good one as well. Yeah, he's pretty much got it, but instead of using... I would personally drop this skill here for bone scraping. Absolutely, yeah, it would be so much better. And then let's see his Guan Yu. As usual, he's going to have a very solid Guan Yu, and it was his first time beating it. This lineup here is very good. These two skills, if you can get your hand on these, are very, very important. Not the end of the world if you don't. It's just basically if you've got a tier between a ranking of strength of a lineup, it'll go like the basic foundation, and then you've got like a mid ground, which I'd say is this one. This is a very solid like S tier lineup right now. Constant combo and crit lineup, yeah, with defection. But other than that, without having Infernal Melody, it might be tough. Let's see what this guy's using. Okay, he's probably got Infernal Melody as well. Yeah, Infernal Melody, so... Right, is this lineup strategy or is it weapon? Because if... Yeah, no, this is a wasted skill. I wouldn't have weapon for this. See, Camp Raid's good. Arrow Borrowing is very, very good. It's not bad, it's just not... It's not great. And obviously, if you're someone like Karate, then your Guan Yu just carries, and that's basically it. See, the defection skill is very broken. Yes, yeah, yeah. As Naz just said in chat, or Asterip, yeah, it can change. One skill can change the tier. That's why I said earlier, skills are very important. Okay, let's put my lineup back. Honestly, if you can get his team, he is still very good. Honestly, he is a very good lineup to have if you can make him. But for me personally, I'm not too keen on it. But yeah, even using a guy like this, very, very solid. This is more for a control team, but very, very solid hero here. This guy, not so much. I'm not really a fan of this. Arguably one of the worst heroes, in my opinion. If you can get that skill, yeah, I would use it. He only has the team complete. Yeah, so if that's all he has, then yeah, try and get Infernal Melody. You can get it through recruits. If you have the chess event, you can try it. No, you're right. Yeah, yeah, he does suck. But maybe it will change in the future. Maybe he'll have a better bond, better team. But for now, I don't think it's great. Yeah, I'm not a fan of this. See, a waifu lineup like this can work, but it's not great. Yeah, if you can get hold of Infernal Melody, then your lineup is complete. Honestly, it's a game-changing skill. Just gotta quickly set the lineup back if I can see where the marches are. Ah, here. Bone scraping, we need that, and then we need the... There is a pay-to-win chest you can select skills from, but for free to play. I wanted to test that was the other. Yeah, okay, I can test that lineup. Maybe I could do it tomorrow, so it gives us something to do on that stream. But with that lineup, I'm not personally a fan of it. Wait, there are two. Where? What do you mean? I'll say it one more time in case you guys haven't already. If you guys go in the description, there will be a Discord link. Feel free to join it. We have a lineup chat where you can send screenshots of offices and we can help you build a lineup. Okay, give me 1 second. Yeah, okay, so that's one thing I need to find out, because what the difference between having a hero black and not having it is, because if that's like a extreme version of a skill, then yeah, that's crazy. I'm assuming it might have something to do with a future event. Yeah, no worries, no worries. I'm here to help. Let's see. There's also I've seen on there's another hero somewhere that has it. Is it is it this lineup? There's more heroes that have a black version for some reason. I'm wondering if it's a version maybe. Check the bond. Okay. Ah, yes. Which is very interesting to me. Does it mention anything about having a hero black? Oh yeah, future units. Interesting. I wonder if maybe this version has like an extended skill, like for instance here, maybe he's got additional base stats. So maybe he's got like grant troop soldier effect, and maybe gets like defection as well, or maybe gets like some DPS. That is one thing this lineup does lack, and that's some form of damage. So maybe that's what it is. We can only wait and find out. I mean, that'd be cool. That'd be cool if there's a different type and a different skin. So instead of healer, it's like distract. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, if he got something like that, then that hero would be overpowered. Yeah, it's probably going to be like a general, I'd imagine. It's probably going to be like, it'll probably be a will like this guy here. Yeah, if it's on top of his healing, then it's broken. That hero will be nuts. It's basically like this, getting a combo status. Obviously, if it has it, then you gain additional defection. So maybe it's like this, where you get additional healing. It does, but we don't know how it works yet. Maybe it's like a KVK version, if that's a thing. See, here's the thing, right? I'm not entirely sure, but I'm assuming like if you played Age of Empires, I'm sure you have. It's probably like a King Arthur equivalent. Maybe it's to do with attributes, and defection might be a very, very top tier skill in this game, which it is currently. Maybe it could refer to like a will. So like, obviously, you know how we had to do these spins to get obviously that hero. It could be a general that comes from there is going to be long term. For instance, you had the will in Age of Empires, which was considered a long term hero or like meta. What was KVK again? So KVK is like server v server, kingdom v kingdom. It depends what games you come from. Just different analogy. Yeah, yeah, and that's one thing this game needs. So other than having really good events that I've seen so far, minus the pay to do you know how they're gonna do? No, I have absolutely zero idea. But I think it'd be cool. From what I've heard, it's alliance based, which could be like maybe as King Arthur. Maybe it's possible. Like look at this. Like look at his base stats. He basically is King Arthur. 1632.8% plus the 5.7 additional. That to me is nuts. That's a general stat. If that's a base stat, for example, like obviously this is including horses too. Like this lineup itself is just disgustingly broken. I would rather not go up against server one. You know, honestly, I would love to go against server one. It would be a good test. It's got people karate strength. Wait, he went up to 5.7. Yeah, it seems so. I think he was originally. Yeah, here we go. Base attribute was 5.2. He got the additional zero point 0.5 from star, which makes it the 5.7. See, I'm just guessing at this point. It could be why, but I'm assuming maybe it's to do with his skill. Let's have a look. Obviously, the game's not going to copy it, obviously word for word or what King Arthur is, but it would make sense if they did make a few heroes stand out. Where is Lubu? Here. Deals weapon damage to enemy troops, damage between 57 to 60% for level 4 and 4 star. If enemy troops are under stun, deals additional damage. Yep. If enemy troops are under control status other than stun, maybe yeah. Server 7 and 11 versus server. Honestly, bring it. I'd love to see that. It'd be a bit unfair though, I think, on server 1 side. Although they did get most of the launch people. So out of all active servers, yeah, he is. He is. And it does make sense if they do try to go for that aspect, because obviously it is a S plus shieldman, or will be if you 6 star. That being said, actually, let's look at his star, because he could have higher base stats than get 0.2% of 4 star. No, okay, so he is the same as this guy here for base stats. True. See, that is a good question. I personally think he will be, but let's see. What's his bonds? Yeah, these seem like late game heroes. Especially if you get him. I would drop these two for Zhao Yun. See, this is one thing. Maybe I can speak to the GMs of the game and see if they can break down the difference between obviously a general and not being a general, because to us it can be quite confusing. Yeah, he is very OP, and that is one hero that I would love to get, and I have a feeling he'll be a general hero as well. But the difference is, right, is if that's the case, how come he's a general and obviously Lubu is not, which to me does not make sense. I personally will use Lube, I believe, for the cavalry lineup. I wouldn't use him for that. I would use him on here with this. I would probably go for this, or you could then go for the Dion Way if you're long term. You could go for this. Then again, this lineup too could be very good. On its own as a third lineup, this could be very good. GM Wei honestly is slept on. He is a very good. He's very good. Grants your troops 2 stacks of combo. Lasts for 1 turn. Removes up to 2 stacks of weapon attack debuffs from your troops on the next turn. Grants 3 stacks of combo again. Lasts for 1 turn. This is a very slept on skill. Honestly, this might generally be the bond I'll go for. Not to mention how good he's going to be. And Liu Bei is a very broken hero too. After battle starts, increase your troops' weapon and strategy defense. Lasting for 6 turns, and then on turn 3, grant your troops a shield. 210%. This is going to be a very good lineup. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, Aiden. They're probably only will heroes are going to be generals. Honestly, this is the bond I'm going to go for as a third hero lineup. See them using Sima. Yeah, let's have a look. So I'm assuming they're forgetting the bond then. Obviously, this version's probably not going to be an exact copy of that one. Thank you, War Gods, for subscribing. That was actually very loud. It's like a jump scare. Song Kwan. Okay, let's have a look. Oh, and curfew yet again. This needs to get removed, especially if it's 4 hours. It'll be a case of testing trial and error as soon as we obviously get those heroes locked in. Right, okay. Let's see. There's a new event we can look into if you guys want. If you haven't already, this event is very good and actually surprisingly cheap, but it's only for the walls, which obviously we covered on the last last stream. This was It's a very cool theme. Like I said, the standard square, you've got a circle. Surprisingly, it looks quite nice. Yeah, can you see the Simia? But yes, I'll have a look. Yeah, he only seems to have one bond at the minute. Which this lineup with obviously Lubei could go well too. Using Suj and then Sima and then I might actually spend for Suj. Yeah, I will. Personally, I will. He's going to be a very good hero. Another thing that was pointed out to me is some of the skills that villages have if you hit them that aren't available yet, which could be. Let's see, can we hit one? I think five's the only thing available right now. I don't know if we can beat this yet. Let's see. I mean, we beat it before, but we can then see some of the skills. Yeah, okay, okay. See, I need to still do my research on the lore of the actual story behind Three Kingdoms. Just to be on the safe side, we'll do like a little cheeky little buff. Just in case that level 5 is too strong. And we just want to report. So we'll have to bear in mind that some of these will have an additional increase, which I don't think we might not need it, but who knows, it's level 5. I beat it once before, but it was basically, I think, RNG based. But it was a while ago. And I forgot to set the Gov decree as well. Yeah, exactly, and that's why people need to realize that a bond isn't necessarily all you need. Like, some heroes can be like a hybrid, is what I'm going to call it. And yeah, the skills do chain off each other quite nicely. Let's see, what's the buff? Main siege defense point minus 10%, maining appeals, cool. Ah, yes, so this is one cool thing I like about the game as well. If you're a new player or behind, you can get increase of these to help you catch up. Yeah, some of my teams are hybrids, yeah, which is cool. I mean, the march time could be worse, but we'll see. Can we beat this? We beat it before, but by luck. So, I think we got it, but who knows? Yeah, we got this quite easy. Okay. Yeah, he does. He would be the main damage dealer in that lineup. Let's see. Obviously the Pike lineup carried, but that's just because it's Guan Yu and defection's crazy. So 8,000 defection heals. Triggered twice, one, it's not bad. And then obviously the debuff from the level 5 village made it from 400% down to 355. And then yeah. And then for each phase, a weapon attack for 30% ancient evil, it's stacked. And then by the time we then got life steal, which is defection. Yeah, so some of those skills that need turn 6 to, or like turn 9 to activate, yeah, it's gonna be very difficult. It might do. It actually might do, and that's one thing that the combo lineup does have as a weakness for is strategy damage is very good for countering lineups like this. But I don't think it's going to be an easy counter, personally. For instance, the burn lineup. No, it's not. I completely forgot to put Infernal Melody on. That's probably why it hurt more than it needed to. So yeah, even if you don't have Infernal Melody, you can use this lineup here. See, look, yeah, this lineup works too. And then obviously we've got then the cavalry lineup. Yeah, to some degree, yeah, it will do. But long term, eventually everyone's gonna obviously reach the max level like city. Everyone's gonna reach the max level like research eventually, and then it will come down to lineups, composition, switching heroes around, and that's one thing I like about this game. Hopefully they don't get greedy, and hopefully they don't like increase the city level beyond 30 yet. Like the game's not even like what, a month old yet. Maybe it's a month and a bit. I think if they can keep maintaining some form of balance to where it's teamwork oriented, then I think this game could be good, done no matter what size you are. Yeah, exactly. The most devoted players will. Right, how much is it now? So now we need government. See, yeah, no, to get to 23, I reckon it's going to be about another week. Because one thing that benefits people with vouchers is obviously you've got the wood pack that scales with your mansion level. So 54 mil wood, 54 mil obviously iron. But then again, it may be longer because you need 253 mil, which I think is a massive jump. Not gonna lie, most because of my sleep schedule, I won't be playing this for too long. Yeah, I get that, I get that. And this is one game I am happy with. The transition from Age of Empires to this is the sleep schedule. Usually I'd have to have game reset, which is like 1 a.m. my time, midnight, and now it's now like 5 p.m. my time, so it's very nice. It's a change. I wouldn't say quit. Maybe try and plan around it. At the end of the day, this game is basically AFK. A lot of it is automated, so it's one of those things where you can just leave the production pumping. You don't have to log in, set gatherers. You don't have to go farming. Just literally log in, do your dailies. For instance, like here, do your daily farms, do your daily lobby. Just like here, refresh this. Can we get a higher star? Probably not. No. Do that. It is very rewarding. You don't have to go crazy. Yes, I agree, but I guess in the way it's to try and make people not race too far ahead. But at the same time, it is going to make some people like steer away from the game. Well, everything happens at 2 a.m. I don't know how to jump from Commandery to Commandery on AFK. I can show you some trick that some people don't know. only works on commanderies and the obviously main city, I'd imagine. For example, this one we've got coming up soon. You can, where is it? You can do siege reservation and you can set your troops to fight for you if you're not there, so you at least get some form of rewards for damage. Just if you do it, I recommend don't use elite. Use it on normal, otherwise your hospital is going to get very full. This way it does fight for you if you're not there. If you didn't know this, this is a very cool thing they've done to counteract time zone. I don't see siege reservation, so it only works on commanderies. It doesn't work on towns. I'll show you an example. Wherever the smaller ones are, it won't work on. Is that a commandery? Yeah. It won't work on. Let me zoom in real quick. It won't work on ones like this. It won't work on towns. You have to be there for the town. Yeah, I'm currently playing on PC using BlueStacks. There is an actual emulator for it, it's just I haven't got around to downloading it. So yeah, the towns, if you can at least send one troop, you'll be fine. If you miss it, it's not the end of the world. As long as your, obviously, alliance gets the title increase, that's all the benefit you really need, to be honest, because then you get spoils weekly if your alliance shares them. It is gutting. If you could try and be there for the most, you can then get the chests, which you get a chance of getting, obviously, officers. It is beneficial for doing that, but not the end of the world. As long as you make it for the main ones, the commanderies, then yeah, it'll be good. I, you don't have to. I'd recommend it. Otherwise, your hospital is going to get very, very full quick. For example, if you go here, where is it? Go siege reservation and then go settings. Toggle this off. Otherwise, war reserve. By the way, Guan Yu, Zhang Jianwei on cavalry counters. Very cool. Very cool. So on here, if you guys don't know how reserves work, reserves, basically, I believe you get like a 30% increase, like base, like stats and stuff, at the cost of using more reserves. So if I don't use elite, I'm just using 69,000 troops, I believe. Or it depends on what the tier is on base, actually. I think it might be, let's have a look. So if I go barracks, go to soldier archive. For tier 4, the let's go from, for example, from tier 1. The base reserve is 1, so that's what will happen, you just use 1. But if you're using it on tier 4, it's going to be 7. Yeah, it's going to be 7 times your, I don't know, so it'd be 69k times the 7. But if you use elite, I believe it's then 28 times the 69, if that makes sense. So if I go to attack something with elites, in battle it give me an increased stat, I believe increase, but at the cost of using 28 reserves instead of 7. Like if I reserve right now and turn off elite, but I'm still playing the game, I shouldn't do that, right? Yeah, yeah, giggity, yeah, nice. Um, at least it's not 6-7. That stuff needs to get banned from the internet for good. Um, yeah, so I would use what you can for now. So like if you're online, use elites if you want to. You don't have to. It's just an increased base stat. It's more if you're like someone like karate size, you like the main priority when it comes to killing things. The additional does help, but you do lose a lot more. Yeah, exactly. The, let's not start that in chat. Let's not start that. The most stupid trend. Let's do some bandits. Can I beat a level 12 yet? Probably not, but let's see. So if I reserve on one commandery, can I do it for another one that we're attacking as well? See, what I would do with that is try, I haven't tried it for myself, but see if they can do it based on different time slots. So you do one battle, and then it goes from there, and then goes on to another one separate times. I don't know if it'll work, it might, but yeah, we're gonna lose this one here, but it's very close. We may be able to see different skills actually from this. Very good questions. If anyone has used the reserve option and wants to answer that in chat, please feel free to. I'm assuming, can't do reserve for that. I'm assuming if you set reserve, it will attack it once. Or if you have your full reserves in your fortress and you set your troops in your fortress nearby, and then you reserve it, it will attack it, and then I'm assuming just keep refilling until you run out of conscriptions. Uh, yeah. So in here, any new skills? Oh, Radiant Rule. Deal strategy damage to enemy troops 108. Okay, whether this is going to become a thing, who knows? They have actually got new skills. One sec. So they've got Radiant Rule. They've got Frank Advice, deal strategy damage. Huge. Frontier Song. Again, all new skills. Master Debater. I'm not going to say it any quicker because this is they've done this on purpose. A very intentional name, you can tell. After the battle starts, inflicts silence. 36%. That's huge. That is a very huge skill. But it does have a chance to fail. But that is huge if that actually triggers. Interesting setup as well. Yeah, the comparison right now is crazy. Yeah, exactly. It does have a low chance, but if it does trigger, then yeah, it's broken. So for now, I guess we'll just quickly do just pursuits on level 11. Yes and no. I think Ancient Evil is going to be an S plus tier skill regardless. It might be, but I don't think it will. Maybe it will come out in a game mode like chess, where you had the option to get Ancient Evil, but you had the additional chance to get, obviously, the other skills like, what is it? Let's have a look. Uh, like Horrific War, Heroes Resolve. But yeah, it might become a pay to win skill. This is a some form of burn lineup. So in this sense, to some degree, yeah. But yes and no. I think it depends on the skill. For example, Guan Yu, I would say is a good example of that. Yeah, yeah, it's very broken. For now, anyway. Yeah, absolutely. And that's one thing that I don't think it would be beat it by much, but it's just it's without a doubt going to beat that lineup. It's one of those things where I don't know, it's one of those things where in the games like this, some spenders have to have some form of advantage, if that makes sense. Otherwise, what's the point in spending, if that makes sense? It needs to have something to differentiate between, obviously differentiate between the two. But the balance in this game, in my opinion, is very good. The thing is, right, with pay to win, right, there's limits to where you can. In this game, it's got pay to win aspects, but at the same time, it's got very maintainable ways of barracks. For instance, you don't have to go in the research place to research a troop type, right? You don't have to train cavalry like spears, you know, like all of that separately and unlock them separately, right? You just simply make reserves and you get to fight. That is one thing that I think is very good quality to life compared to other games. Yeah, reward the spenders, but at the same time balance it for the average player, the free to play, the low spender, mid spender. Like at the same time, like if I wanted to use karate and for instance fight a level 7 commandery, I couldn't do that solo. I could with a lot of losses, but I couldn't beat the durability alone. You need a team, and that's one thing they've balanced with the game well. Is you need a team to obviously progress. Yeah, it can't be too balanced, but it can't be obviously too pay to win at the same time. And I think the balance right now is fine. Obviously, if you see karate fighting against other people, he's gonna 1v like 7, 1v10, what maybe even 1v20, base of what his Guan Yu is, and that, I think that's just a slight gap that there is. But at the same time, his march does die, and I think the benefit of having the ability to either recall your troops by obviously being penalized for military order, or your march dying and you wait 2 minutes 30 is a very good quality to life. I mean, this game does have some form of skill v skill. Yeah, I saw karate, made me gulp that I never have to see that guy. Yes and no, okay, because if you're playing against someone like me, I'm not going to go out my way and ruin your day, you know, I'm going to play the game to actually, you know, respect. I'm not going to just go, like, put my sub-city next to yours and then just zero your city, right? Sure, that's something I could do, just wipe all your reserves, but I prefer field fights. Yeah, exactly. The option is there. And I think as long as you're, and the one benefit I have seen is if you're on territory, you can't be attacked, and that is one thing, and it does encourage open field fighting, which is one thing that games like Age of Empires did lack, in my opinion. But I don't think that's because of the game itself. It's just the player base wasn't there. The matchmaking wasn't great. People would just bubble up, and the game mechanic of just zeroing a city for the sake of it because you can, and everyone else just doesn't fight is not good. It was the only it's the only alternative they had. Yeah, exactly. There has to be. Otherwise, what's the point in playing? To some degree, everyone wants to be the best. Everyone wants to play their part, you know. And I think they've done a very good job of making this team first or third place reward. Yeah, see, that's a good margin to have. Top 1 to 3, and then top 4 to like 20, I think it was. I think that's a very good balance. Someone like karate will always be down. Yeah, exactly. To some degree, like the trivia questions, you won't see me going for number one in that. Can't be the best. Okay, there's being the best spending, obviously, to be the best, and then there's obviously being a smart spender, and then eventually getting there. Because at the end of the day, if you compare what karate spent compared to someone else, then yeah, there's always going to be that gap. And the one thing that people fail to see in games like this is stop comparing yourself to people who obviously like karate. That is the one mistake you're going to make. Comparison is what's going to ruin your game. Play for fun, play at your own pace, enjoy the game for what it is. But yeah, at the same time, being on a team with someone like karate has its benefits. You have alliance gifts. Your troop loss is going to be a lot less in things like commanderies, the like NPCs fighting people. Obviously, he would take a lot of the force, which I think is how it should be. If you're going to pay to be the best, then problem is I play to be strong on top. I think most play, yeah, exactly, and that's what leads to a lot of people playing games like, for instance, Age of Empires, wanting to be the best, and then they need to accept the fact there's always going to be someone better, and yeah, your investment does end up being wasted. But as long as you had fun, obviously playing that game, investing in it, then there's no point in going, why'd I do this? You know, play, have fun, and yeah, if they make migration and we can form like a team where everyone's happy, a server where everyone's great, it all depends now on what they're going to do with the game. What's the KVK going to be like? You know, what events is going to be there? What's the PvP aspect, right? Like, if it's just going to be the sake of you've got one map, you're building to the middle, you take it and then repeat, then what's the point? You know what I mean? Like, that's going to be a boring game loop. If you're just going to keep doing this, same server, go for a middle, take the, obviously be Emperor. I get it, that's a cool concept, but then what? What's happening after that? You know, I want to see the KVK. Is there going to be like a new map that you have to build on like this, which would be quite cool? Or like if you played like Age of Empires, is it going to be like the desert? Are you going to like have a region with 4 different kingdoms built to the middle? That'd be a quite a cool concept. And obviously because you can't teleport to different regions, you can't obviously teleport quickly, you have to build a sub stronghold, wait 8 hours. It makes it more strategic on obviously where you're placing the sub city, where you're placing your fortress. I think that's one quality to life which is quite cool. But it is annoying that you can't just click on a map, go teleport, boom. So you don't have to worry about a Kraken just teleporting behind you and then just hitting you before you can react. If they can make an event maybe like a cross-server arena, that'd be quite cool. If you can make like a like the could you do that in Age of yeah, in Age of Empires you could just teleport anywhere you wanted pretty much, as long as it wasn't obviously read out where obviously the territory limits you from what you're doing. But yeah, normally you could just teleport behind someone if it's in the area you could port to, and you could just attack them, swarm them, recall zero them. Obviously you get like a 70% penalty, I'm pretty sure it was, on your troops being red. But yeah. Cross server arena but only stick to with servers close. Yeah, I think that'd be quite cool. Or like in Age of Empires they had an event called Apex Championship where it matches you with servers close to you, and then it's basically a tournament, and then obviously the top player gets reward, second player gets reward, and you get like a title. I think that was quite a cool concept. If they could do something here where it doesn't actually like make the actual player lose troops, and it's more like a simulation type thing, it'd be quite cool. Like the hegemony event they had, if that's how you say it at the start, the clash, very good event, very good event. They need to bring that back. The one where you've got to like collect points, attack everyone in the middle. Don't know what this is. Oh shoot, is this for everyone or is this separate? Defend against waves. Interesting. Different company or same company? Different company. Yeah, guys, if it is late for you, absolutely, you guys can obviously go off and go to sleep and It's completely fine. The stream has been going on for like close to 3 hours now. I will always do another one tomorrow. You just have to watch the stream on loop if you fall asleep. There's nothing forcing you guys to be here. I'm happy to end it very soon if you guys would like to, and we can pick it up from tomorrow. Sleep is vital. Sleep is a very good thing to get. The game will still be waiting, so... But yeah guys, if you guys want to call this the end of the stream, more than welcome to, and we can pick it up tomorrow about the same time. And then that way we can do the other Confidant and then see what this event is all about. The defense one, which I'm assuming is just a wave that attacks your city and you've got to defend it. Which has very good resources by the looks of it. Yeah, I hope you guys do get Dion Way. Very, very good hero to get. Alrighty guys, I'm going to wrap it up here then for the sake of you guys getting to sleep. If you guys haven't already, please just hit the... Oh, okay. Quickly do your 2 questions, that's fine. How did you get Odd and how much did it cost for Prestige 16? Okay, for the cost of 16, I don't entirely know for sure, but it's probably between maybe, no, maybe 2, 3, maybe 2 to 3k maybe. I could be wrong. Um, it wasn't cheap, that's for sure, but to get Honor, you simply PvP with other people. So, simply fight. Like, whether that's a field fight, hitting someone's city, then yeah, that's how you do that. Okay guys, on that note, I'm going to end the stream here. Please like and subscribe if you haven't, and I will catch you guys on the next one.